The views expressed at the beginning of the video may change by the end. It's satire and Quantron has never met these pieces of garbage in real life, but everyone needs defending. Please enjoy, and don't take it too seriously. Also, if you're not a hater, like, subscribe and comment.
So I worked in a lawyer's office for about 7 years, on and off, until my daughter was born. And then it was a criminal defense lawyer's office. So I would always ask them, why do we basically, I'm not a lawyer, I just worked in there. Why do we defend these people who we think or we know are guilty? And they would always say, everybody needs a defense. Everybody needs a defense. So whether you're coming into this video with bad views about Emily or good views about Emily, there's very, very few of you who think positively about Emily. Just remember that everybody needs a defense. And this is why I'm doing this video. Over the course of the many years working in the lawyer's office, I saw many disclosures with theft, assault, murder, and there was always a defense that could be mounted against whatever accusation there is. And this is my defense for Emily. It's going to come on the screen now. This is the defense. And what this means is that it's not her fault because her parents have been shitty. She has had terrible parents. And whether we like her parents or not, whether we like how they talk or we like how they are, her parents have been shitty. And how have they been shitty? I'll try my best to start from episode 1. Episode 1, we meet Emily, and her parents say that she's a wild child. Both of her parents say that she caused them the most stress out of their 2 children. Emily was a wild child, and Emily admits that she was a wild child. She liked to do whatever she wanted, and she could do whatever she wanted because she had no boundaries. So she had no boundaries growing up, and this led her to go to China. She went to China on a whim because she could do whatever she wanted. Her parents probably bankrolled all of her things that she needed to do in life. She met Kobe, and in her words, she thought it was going to be a fabulous one-night stand. But then she ended up getting pregnant. I could blame her parents for her getting pregnant, but that's not what I'm going to do. I could blame her parents for her getting pregnant, but that's not what I'm going to do. It is her fault that she got pregnant. Her and Kobe's fault that she got pregnant, and for being so irresponsible. Side note, in these shows, we see a lot of people decide to spend their lives together because they get pregnant off of a one-night stand or off of like a 2-week fling somewhere. You don't have to do that. Please stop doing that. You don't know the person. Just because you're pregnant, you're about to have a baby, doesn't mean you need to commit your life to this person and get married and do all these things. TLC wouldn't have that many people on the show if they stopped doing that. But stop trying to marry people just because you have a baby. That's not the best environment to bring a child into. It's just not. Side note, done. So she gets pregnant with Coben. I think that's the child's name. And she tells her parents that Kobe's going to move in and he's not going to be able to work for a few months. And the father agrees to bankroll everything. He says, seems like I'm going to have to pay for everything. And she's like, yeah. And he's like, just don't get pregnant again. Now, this is where it starts. This is where we learn that Emily's parents are the worst and that they're full of garbage, just like Emily is full of garbage. Garbage begets garbage, right? And we can't let how we see them on the show, because a lot of people in the comments say they love Emily's parents and Emily's parents are so cool and they're so nice. Let's not forget that they raised Emily. They also raised the other daughter, and I don't have anything negative to say about her. She controls the house. You can't let an immature, irresponsible piece of garbage like Emily control that house. So from a young age, she was able to do whatever she wanted. She thinks that she still can do whatever she wants. And no one checks her on anything. No one ever tells her, you're acting like an idiot. I bet the first time that anyone ever said anything to her in a negative way was when Kobe told her to shut the F up. People probably in that household probably don't talk to Emily like that. For one, when you have someone like Emily in the house, everyone just says, oh, that's the way she is, and what she says goes. And no one ever calls her out on her foolishness. They just let her get away with anything. And that's what has been happening for, I don't know how old Emily is, 29 years old? 29 years old. When you let a 29-year-old woman who really acts like a child, because she has no responsibilities, she accepts her child, she doesn't have to make money for her child. Like, what would possess you? Please tell me. What would possess you to give control of your household over to this young girl? She doesn't know anything. She's an idiot. I don't want to come across as angry, but it's just passion. And I'm trying to convince you all that it's her parents' fault. Her parents are to blame for how she is. Her parents are to blame because they gave over control of their household to Emily. That's what it is. It's Emily's fault for behaving the way she is, but Emily was raised like this. Emily was brought up to think that whatever she said goes, however she wanted things, that's the way they have to be. No one ever criticizes her on anything. No one says to her, oh, Emily, you shouldn't have bought a ring when you don't have a job because you think that Kobe's not going to get you one. No one said that to her. No one said to her, Emily, you don't have a job. Why are you buying $1,000 dress? Nobody said that to her. Nobody said to her, Emily, are you on birth control because Kobe's about to arrive? Please make sure you take it. Nobody said that to her because no one can say anything to her. The way that Emily speaks to Kobe is horrible. The way that she treats Kobe is horrible. And Temperature, a lot of people really didn't seem to like how Temperature said things. But I agree with some things that Temperature said in the way that when you can't speak to him like that. You won't be able to speak to Kobe like that for a very long time because Kobe's going to get upset and Kobe will tell you about yourself one day. Like he told her to shut the F up and then she got all in her feelings. She still doesn't realize to this day that what she did was wrong. And that's because she went to go her mother overheard it and her mother never said to her, well, this is why he told you this. The mother told the father and the father didn't ask, well, what was she doing? Now I know that's a complicated term. What was she doing? When you hear a conversation from a secondhand source and they don't provide all the details, then you need to ask questions. What did she say for him to say this to her? That wasn't said. The father never asked, what did Emily say for him to say this to her? And that's a problem because it's not like Kobe hit Emily. Kobe just told her to shut the F up. And Kobe told her many times, I'm trying to do this. Please leave me alone.
Goodness. What difference does it make? Am I doing it or not?
But don't you want to get done faster so we can go hang out?
Keep calm. Let me do it my own way, all right? Gosh.
Babe, just scoop it in there. Why are you pulling it down?
Are you serious? It's like you want us to fight about almost everything.
Okay, stop talking and just do it.
You just want to control everything. Emily's talking to me as if she's controlling or commanding me as if she's my boss. I don't even know why she was there, you know.
I wish you would just listen to me.
Oh, my God. Sometimes I feel like, she is just trying to make her family know that she's in control of me. But I'm losing my patience.
Nobody in that household told her, hey, Emily, you were wrong and you should have chilled out there. Why didn't they check her? Because she runs the house. Why does she run the house? Because her parents are full of garbage. They are bad parents. I don't think you guys are fully understanding that her parents are bad parents. I'm going to try to give you some more examples. Kobe's first night in Kansas, right? She tells her parents the plan. Nobody says to Emily, hey, this guy hasn't seen his son in 2 years. No, this guy hasn't seen his son in a year and a half. Do you think it's the best idea to spend a night with him when he really probably wants to see his son? No one said that to her. The first pushback that she got was when she was in the car on the way home from the airport, telling Kobe the plan about what was going to happen. Kobe was in the car thinking that when he gets out of the car, he was going to see his son. No one told her that, don't do that. We'll watch Kobe another night. But the first night that Kobe is in America, let him see his son. No one told her that. No one tells her anything. It's not her fault that her parents let her control her life the way that she did and let her control their life the way that she did. Emily is irresponsible. Emily doesn't know any better. Emily is still a child. Emily is still very immature. You can't let someone like Emily have control of your entire household. What she says goes. It's not right. And when something's not right like that, it's not Emily's fault. It's the parents' fault. The parents are supposed to be in control. The parents are supposed to be in charge of their household. But they gave that control over to Emily. Emily starts cleaning and she finds Kobe's iPad. Coincidentally, she just finds it there. And she just coincidentally just types in the password and coincidentally goes onto the internet of Kobe's iPad. And the way that TLC edited this, I really dead ass thought Kobe was talking to like at one time. I'm like, she had to find some kind of dating profile. Did he have Tinder on the iPad? What was it? Because she said, oh no, what I found on his iPad is the worst thing in the world. And I can't believe that he's doing this. She goes down there and then she's like, how can you do this to me? Basically, why are you looking at places in Columbus, Ohio? And in my mind, I'm thinking, is that it? Is that the worst thing that a man can do? Look for apartments while he's living at his fiance's parents' house? He can't look up places? And then she says, why are you looking at 1-bedroom places? Are you planning to leave me? It doesn't matter. He doesn't have any money to leave you and go to Columbus, Ohio. And even if he did want to go to Columbus, Ohio, it's better than Salina, Kansas. I've never been to Columbus, Ohio or Salina, Kansas, but just by her driving around Salina, Kansas, I can already tell that Columbus, Ohio is better than Salina, Kansas. Bow Wow's from Columbus, Ohio.
Ohio is where I'm from.
Bow Wow, no one's from Salina, Kansas. If he wants to think about moving to Columbus, Ohio, he definitely should. They both should. But she says, no, we're going to live here for the next 2 years. Temperature battles her on it and says, does Kobe know about this? Does Kobe have a say in what's happening with his life? Of course not, because Emily makes all the decisions. Emily's used to making all the decisions. Consult Kobe. Consult Kobe for what? I told Kobe to jump in. He doesn't say how high. He says for how long. So it's ridiculous that she got that upset over him looking at apartments in a different city and state. Because she should be focused on moving out. Any reasonable person would say, I have 2 kids. We can't live here my entire life. We can't live here for the next 2 years, that's for sure. Because the baby's going to be born. The baby's going to grow up. The kid's going to start school. Can't live here for 2 years, 2 more years. Like, that's what a reasonable person would think. But Emily's not a reasonable person. Emily is a piece of garbage who was raised by pieces of garbage. Garbage begats garbage, as the Bible says. Something like that. It says something like that. Just move out of Kansas completely. Kansas sucks. If you live in Kansas, then you don't suck, but Kansas sucks. Nothing happens in Kansas. Kansas is just boring. Nothing, like, Ohio is all right. But I mean, like, you can go see an NBA game in Ohio. You can go see an MLB game in Ohio. There's like, Kansas has like no professional sports team. So move out of Salina, Kansas if you can, and like get away from all that. But Emily is just overreacting. Emily is just acting stupid. Emily's an idiot. And Emily's an idiot because of her parents. Her parents didn't force her to do anything in life. Her parents just let her do whatever she wants. Like, what does she do now? Like, what does she do now that she's able to buy a ring and hide it, and her parents doesn't criticize her for that. You have no money. You still live with us. Side note, is it just some cultures that get on their children for buying stuff when they don't have any money? Or is it all cultures? Because it seems like some cultures are just totally accepting of your child living with you, purchasing $1,000, spending $1,000 all willy-nilly, and like not contributing to finding a place of their own. It seems like Emily could live there forever and her parents won't mind. And that's because her parents are bad parents. That's because Emily is not at fault for how she was raised. Emily's at fault for a lot of things. I've said that a lot in this video. But Emily, being the way she is absolutely 95% her parents' fault. Her parents never push her on anything. Her parents, maybe they do and we don't see it, but I really doubt that they do. I really doubt that her parents tell her, Emily, what are you doing? You need to go find a job. They don't do that. I can almost guarantee you that they don't do that. Emily sucks. Like, Emily for real sucks. Like, she is like, she might be the worst person on this season. I'm thinking about her and I'm thinking, wow, Emily really, really sucks. Like, I won't say that I hate her, but I mean, like, she is like just the worst. Like, why would Kobe agree to marry her? What's funny is that all these couples always say they're the sweetest person. And TLC has like 18 episodes to show us the sweet side of this person. And they never show it. We never see them do anything sweet. We never see them do anything like really loving. We just see all the drama. We never even hear them talk about the sweet things that they do. Shida and Bilal is an example of Shida saying Bilal is the most sweet person in the world. We've never seen him do anything sweet. We've seen him try to do something sweet and then he just completely flips it and he just acts like a piece of garbage again. But I'm not getting into Shida and Bilal. I already spoke about why Bilal is not to blame for how he looks. He just doesn't like her. He hates her and he wants her gone. So that is my defense of Emily. Emily was raised by bad parents. And separate your mind from how you see her parents and understand that they were the people that raised Emily and they are the people raising Emily. Because just because she's an adult doesn't mean they don't raise her anymore. She's still being raised by them and they're doing a terrible job raising her. So that's why Emily is not to blame for how she acts. Emily is the way she is because of who her parents are and the decisions that her parents have made. So that's that. Let me know if I changed your mind. Let me know if I convinced you about Emily being... Emily's still a piece of garbage, don't get me wrong. But it's not Emily's fault that she's a piece of garbage. It's her parents' fault. It was also her fault, though. Yeah, it's also her fault. But mainly her parents' fault. No, not really. Yeah. It's her parents' fault. But her parents did such a nice job on the other girl, and that's probably because they don't give her so much power. I think. I don't know the other daughter like that. Maybe she's just as bad as Emily, but we just don't get to see it. So if I changed your mind, let me know. If I didn't change your mind, let me know why. Thank you for watching this far. If you're watching at this point right now, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. You are the best. And if you want to watch 90 Day Fiancé videos, you can visit bit.ly/Quantron. I'll put it right. It'll come across the screen now. Yeah, it's on the screen right now. bit.ly/Quantron. And you have to type it in exactly how it looks because it's a bit.ly link. And that's how bit.ly does things. But it'll also be in the link of this video. You can download the episodes there. And my videos got flagged. It was manually detected. So that means that somebody found them and they decided to flag them. So I don't want to lose my channel. So I don't want to. So I decided to just, since nobody can see them, I decided to take it down. Take the videos down. And I'm thinking about how to do the premiere on Sunday. And I hope that I'm able to do it because it's a lot of fun. But I will probably put up a video on Saturday talking about how the premiere is going to happen on Sunday, because it's something that I really want to do. It's fun. It's really, really fun chatting with everybody there, and the jokes and the general sense of community. Other pages put up 90 Day Fiancé and they just put it there. But I think having a premiere was a really good idea, because you're watching with people. And when you watch stuff with someone, or you watch stuff with people, there's a sense of community, especially when you can talk. It's not like a movie, but it's just like, hey, I'm here with like 40 other people or 50 other people. Last time there was like 420 people. So although it's not my content, I understand why it got flagged. So it's important to me that I continue to give that sense of community to people. It's important to me that there are some people all over the world that I don't know how you guys' lives are, but I imagine there are some people who watch the 90 Day Fiancé premieres, and that's some probably like the only time that they get to connect with that many people. I don't know. And if I'm able to, I don't want to sound like I'm giving the person something so special, but if that's the only time that they can connect with other people and they feel a sense of community and they feel like they can get these jokes off, then I will continue to try to find a way to do that. I'll probably do another channel that way. But yeah, if I change your mind, let me know. And if I didn't, then also let me know. Thank you so much for watching this video. All of you guys mean so much to me, and I really, really respect all of you. If you've made it this far, then I love you all. And what else? 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 Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. And I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful month. And I'll see you guys again soon. Peace. Bye.
Thank you for watching this video and making it to the end. If you liked the video, don't forget to treat that like button like it owes you money and smash it. Hit subscribe to stay up to date with regular commentary like this. You're a real one. Stay up.